much. Thank you for being here. Nice to see y'all. You look like an up bunch. That's good. Okay, today I read in the paper that all these big actresses are turning 40 this year. Sharon Stone, Michelle Pfeiffer, Ellen DeGeneres, Madonna. Made me feel pretty nostalgic. I remember the first time I turned 40, too. And here was like awesome news in the paper. This one really got me. This one infuriated me. The executives at that show, Third Rock from the Sun, apparently they ordered Kristen Johnson, you know, that really tall woman. They ordered her to lose weight or else. I mean, they told her that her face is as round as the moon and that she needs to lose weight to stay on that show. And I'm like, hey, guys, she's an alien. First I was really mad, but then I thought, well, you know, you really cannot have fat chicks from outer space. And then you can't have fat chicks here on Earth either. You can't have fat chicks on television. You can't have them on radio either. Everybody knows the only place you can have fat chicks is on pancake boxes. That's infuriating to me. That Kristen Johnson's skinny anyway. She's not even fat at all. Here's good news. The city of Oakland became the first city in America, you guys are going to like this, I can tell, to distribute marijuana to the chronically ill. I'm glad they're distributing it legally, and coincidentally, they just beat out Jamaica as the #1 vacation spot. I can take it because I have glaucoma, so, you know. But anyway, right now we have a guy standing by that's going to interview Oakland's mayor, Jerry Brown. Where is he? Bob, are you there, Bob? Bob, excuse me?
Yeah, I'm here. But Jerry's not here. He's still running for mayor, and then I think he's going down to Tower Records to get some CDs.
I hear that the restaurants are really packed there, and the owners are hailing it as a brilliant idea. Bob?
Man, this is really good ice cream. I could, like, live inside of this.
Okay. Thanks, Bob. We'll get back to you.
Oh.
You asked me some questions, so I'm going to answer a few of them before we get started today, because we have such an exciting show. We really got a good show. I'm really psyched about it. But before I tell you, I'm going to answer these. From Daniel Rodriguez from Long Beach. Where are you? Hello. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Huh?
Do you want to ask your question into the mic instead of me reading it here, if you remember?
Oh, from right here? All right, can pigs swim? Can pigs swim?
No, that isn't your question.
Yeah, it is. It's not.
Your question was, how many licks does it take to get in the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Oh, all right. That was my other question. That was my other question.
Sit down, you're too stoned.
Oh.
And I happen to know the answer to that. It's 5,432. Thank you. Walter Perry from Houston, Texas. That's you? Oh, all right. Is there any question that Roseanne will not answer? Yes, this one. And Jill Shorter from Inglewood, California. Hi, Jill. Here's your sad question. You say, I have also had a bunch of failed relationships. So I guess you're including me in that, right? She asked me, what kind of advice would you give me to work out a plan to find the perfect man? I'd have to say, stop focusing on the man, you know, and just work on your own self, and then when you're ready, they'll show up. Now sit down. Sit down, Jill. And you can try what I do, eat whatever you want and sleep 18 hours a day. Casey Johnson from Hollywood, California. Oh, I love your question. This one is so cool. Check this out, Casey. Check this out. If the world was starting over tomorrow and you were given the she's telling this to me. And Roseanne, if the world was starting over tomorrow and you were given the power to change it, what would you change? I would make it such a law that men can never hold any position of authority. Anyway, Kathy Griffin's here from Suddenly Susan. She is a friend of mine and very funny. We also have a supermodel, Uda Sven from Sweden. So, be right back. Unbelievably funny stand-up comic and actress who is on Suddenly Susan. Please welcome Kathy Griffin.
It swings. We're going for a little ride here.
Well, we are in the garden.
Why not? It's very beautiful and verdant today.
I haven't seen you for so long. You look good.
I haven't seen you since you got that award.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
The American Comedy Awards.
Thank you for all your nice words.
Well, you know.
You're a very nice woman. You're a very odd woman, too, aren't you?
That's why we get along.
Let's talk about why, first of all, I don't know if my first question should be about Cinnabon.
Oh,
I love
the best restaurant in the world?
It is the best restaurant in the world.
You know why? It's very specific and focused. They know what they do, and they do it well.
They are the most fantastic cinnamon rolls.
And you know what I love? They have no shame about the ingredients. They have that, like, plastic shield where you can just watch them just butter and sugar. Oh, I just sit there with, like, little hearts above my head. Oh, make another one, Mr. Cinnabon Man. It's so great. And I have a whole system.
What?
I like to, well, let me break it down for you. Okay. I get my Cinnabon, and I do not get a mini bun. Okay, that's for wusses. I get the Cinnabon. And then I get the side cup of that, I don't even know what that topping is. It's like cream cheese and butter and a spoonful of Cinn. And so I put that over there, and then I like to unravel the Cinnabon and then even put more frosting in the middle. And by the end, by the middle, I'm like in a sugar frenzy, and I'm so happy, and I feel like everything in my life has come together, and I'm so filled with glee. But I do have it with non-fat milk.
You do?
Sure.
Just so you can get over the fear.
Exactly.
The shame.
The colon that I'm going to be dealing with in my 50s. So.
But what about like 20 minutes later? Don't you have that huge sugar crash though, where you like get really suicidal?
Then I
you
get
need
something
another
salty
cinnamon
and
bun.
fried. Yeah, or I go back.
do. You
but
need
then you go
something
sugar to
salty.
salt. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe you've just wrapped up my whole world, Kathy. That's what's
you know what?
wrong.
Actually, I'm sort of all over the place, but I am so proud of this article. I got to be on the cover of Woman's World Weekly.
Wow.
And this is the greatest magazine because it's like made out of tabloid paper. So I think it's sort of, now actually I want to ask you this. I love being in the tabs. Like that's my favorite thing about being on a TV show. And I don't care if they lie or tell the truth. Now where are you at the tabs? Do you hate being in them or do you not mind?
Well, no,
what?
I wanted to talk to you about that because that was going to be my second question after the cinnamon buns. You were way ahead of me. You like being in the tabloids and everything like that. Well, I'll tell you what, when I first started, I thought it was all really cool,
And you put them on the refrigerator and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, framed?
Absolutely. Yeah. But what are you going to do when they turn on your ass?
I'll tell you, this is my plan. My whole plan is, no matter what they say, and the bigger the lie, the better, I'm going to say everything they said is true. And then I'm going to get my own True Hollywood story. And then it's gonna talk about my demise and my drug addiction and, you know, my male prostitutes that I have over to the house and, like, whatever they can, which is all true. You know, but, like, whatever It's about ratings, baby, all right? Whatever will get people watching Suddenly Susan, that's all I care about. So let them think I am just living in the pits of hell. But this is like the greatest thing.
Well, my favorite one about me, let me throw this in.
Go ahead.
Because, you know, first I was very amused by it, too.
And then what turned you?
Well, then they start going after your kids and your family, and then that turns you, you know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, but you don't have any kids, so you have nothing to worry about.
But my parents are like my kids.
Oh.
And they would not take it well at all. Like, they don't think it's cute or darling.
Oh, my God, they went to my parents' house. They went there and they moved in. They told my parents they were from the London Times, right? So my parents thought it was like the New York Times, so they invited them in. Well, they stayed in my bedroom for 3 days, went through all my family pictures, got all the family gossip, and that's where they had like 6 years worth of stories from that.
Wow.
Then I told my parents, you should have asked me.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, my favorite tabloid story about me.
For the sake of argument, do you think that I could not get them to move in with my parents, but let's just say it happened? Who would I call her? How would that work logistically? All right, what's your favorite
story? It said that I was the reincarnation of a Mexican goddess of war. So I thought that was cool.
Rosarita, or?
And
That is not entirely untrue.
no, that's the only one that was entirely true.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and you have your worshipers. All right, well, first of all, I'm so proud of this.
You don't look like yourself at all on there.
Oh, okay, here's the best part. So,
Your hair's
first of all, they
straight.
make me wear yellow jeans, which, you know, I don't wear every day.
Right.
But the best part was, I was like, I don't know about wearing this and stuff, and this fabulous drag queen who was like the photo editor, was just kept going, girlfriend, don't you worry, I'm gonna airbrush out all that cellulite. Like, he was very... He was like very upfront, and the whole thing was about, like, I'd be like, are you sure I should wear this? And be like, girl, we're gonna take away those hips, and we're gonna take away the ass, and don't even worry about it. And I was like, okay. And then, so then,
But they took away your hair, too.
yeah, well, I have my hair straightened. It's my new sleek look.
Oh.
I'm a chameleon like Madonna. Anyway, then the woman who wrote the article, and the best part is it's like about like fitness. And this, by the way, this magazine is hilarious. It's all about articles like how to keep your man by lying to him and stuff like that. It's great.
Well, we need to give her a copy of this, Jill. She needs one of these.
She doesn't tell the truth to men, I hope.
No, she wants to know how to get one.
Lie, lie, lie.
Lie, lie, lie.
So,
We have to go to commercial. We'll be back with more Kathy Griffin.
all right.
And her sleek look.
You want me to be your maid of honor? I would love to. God, can you believe I'm getting married to a rabbi?
I know. I'm plotzing.
Well, plots all you want, but remember, this job comes along with quite a bit of responsibility.
Yeah, I know, and I'll be there for you. Anything you need. I mean, if you want me to arrange a shower or organize your trousseau.
Right, whatever. Okay, first assignment, edible lingerie for the honeymoon. And remember, Ben's kosher. And my boobs are very real and they're very mushy. They are full, but they could never be called pert. And they're very floppy, but they're home. But let me just say this. When I am lying on my back making love to my man, they are underneath my armpits where they belong.
Very funny. That premieres tonight.
Yeah, on HBO.
I'll watch
I hope you
tonight.
watch it.
I will watch it.
Okay.
So you want to wrap up the
Okay.
magazine
Well,
thing?
no, I just want to say this article is so great because they wanted to do an article about my fitness regime, which basically is sleeping till 1, getting up, having a 6-er Diet Coke and baked Lays, and then...
a Cinnabon.
And then a Cinnabon, and then, you know, watch reruns on TV. Okay. But anyway, the article starts like this. This is so great. Because I said to the woman, you know, I don't really, I just like eat cookie dough all day and stuff. And she's like, that's not going to work. So, so like, she'll say stuff like, this is one of my fitness tips. Drink lots of water. And then I supposedly said, I down a liter every morning and more throughout the day, says the firecracker. And the reason they can say that is because there is water in Diet Coke. So I count that as water. And then, but here's the best part. Number 5, and this is my 5th tip for energy, is putting on a happy face. If I feel a slump coming on, I'll go hang out in Brooke's dressing room, which I'm not even allowed in. I'm completely kidding, but seriously, there's security. I can never crack it. I'm surrounded by great, funny people, so I try to take advantage. It's an instant pick-me-up, says Kathy. I also try never to bellyache. I focus on the good things. Which really all I care about is bitterness and ennui. So that's really not true, I'm afraid. But
Speaking of
Yes.
bitterness and ennui,
Yes.
let's talk about. You just reminded me that I was there the night you met
Yes, I
President
saw it.
Clinton.
Yes, it was
I
at
totally
this
spaced
event
it.
at someone's gigantic house estate.
The most awesome house.
But this thing was so star-studded. You were there, and the Spielbergs, and Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen, and it was amazing.
Ellen DeGeneres and Anne Heche
Oh
were
my
there.
God, here's the best part. Okay, so
what?
first of all, we're driving in, and then do you remember there's a big traffic jam? 'Cause I
Yes.
didn't know you can't enter or leave a place 20 minutes within the president. So
Yeah.
anyway, everyone had to wait for him to get there, something like that.
Right.
So anyway, I'm in the car, and then I see in the middle of the street, I see Ellen, and there's traffic stop both ways. Ellen and Ann are just holding hands, walking around in the middle of the street like this. You know what I mean? Like, we are too gay and famous to not be inside right now. Get us in right now. And it was just the weirdest, like, it was just one of those weird visuals where you're like going, is that Ellen and Ann just in the middle of the street? Just, all right, like, it was just, but it was great.
Well, how did you feel when you met the president?
Well, I find it like you can't stop, like the monologue in your head is like, it's the president, oh my gosh, it's the president. and oh, he's a girl, he slept with that girl, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like, it's like all this thing, you're like, well, what about the dress? I wish I could ask him. Oh, I can't ask him. Like, to me, that's all I can think of. But you know him, you're like in that whole posse, aren't you?
No, the
Yes.
posse, the president's
You're
posse.
in that whole
Oh yeah,
you
I'm
run
right
with
up there.
that whole
Oh, I
posse.
run with all them. Right.
You were so at home
Absolutely.
with all those people. So
Well, but we
fancy.
did get our picture taken with him, which was exciting.
Did you get your picture?
Yeah, I got my picture taken with the president.
No, he chatted you up.
And he was really nice, and he goes, it's very nice of you to be here. That was cool.
Come on, what else did he say?
Oh, this is the best.
He
This
was
is
talking
so
to the
bad.
famous people on
No.
and on. With me, he was like, move it along. But I think he hit me on the ass hard. Like, get out! But what did he say? But I was actually, and then I called Lenny Tripp and I said, and then he went, no, but anyway, I was watching him with the famous people and he definitely spent time. So what was he
Well,
saying
my
to you?
friend was like 9 months pregnant. This is so bad, I shouldn't even say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And we were sitting there at the table, and he's just very friendly, and he came over and he kept on patting her stomach, and then he walked away, and I go, he's going for your
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was just funny at the time.
The president does love that's a fact. He is a town from way back. He loves it's about more and
Speaking of that, let's
Speaking
talk
of-
about your boyfriend.
Oh my God, my boyfriend is so sweet. He's a little bit young. He's just a little bit younger than
How
I
much
am.
younger?
He's 25, and I'm
you're?
not. So
Just a little younger then.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, my husband's 14 years younger than me. So come on,
What do you mean
fess
your
up.
husband? I thought you broke up.
No.
What?
Stop
You're back?
reading the National Enquirer.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. It says here.
No.
You're back with Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I am out of the loop. Ever since you've been running with that Clinton posse, I can't even get you to answer the phone. And now, all right, so then talk to me about, should I be optimistic or should I just bag it?
No, I think the younger is better. Yeah, I think I do.
always go out with younger guys. I
Yeah.
swear to God, guys my age don't ask me out.
Well, what's your age?
It is somewhere between heaven and hell. It is. It is. Oh, you know what? Let's
He's
look it up in one
25.
sec. He's 25.
Yeah. And
the 32-year-old comedian.
Oh, you're 32. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But didn't you use some heinous trick to get this poor young boy over to your house?
I find that I have a bag of tricks. Sometimes I like to just turn on the waterworks and say things like, "Why is there war?" and wait till he holds me. Or, you know what I found? All right, this is a
But
great...
didn't you steal his camera or something?
Well,
Oh,
that's what he says. I met him at a party because I like to have these parties where the ratio is like 7 or 8 to 1. So I'll accidentally invite like tons of men, and then I'll invite like 2 girlfriends just for show. just for like the token, you know, but I'll get in the kitchen and heat something, you know. So I met him at one of my parties, and I like to have formal parties because I like to see him dressed up. You know, they can take a minute.
Right.
And then he did leave his camera there, and so then we like hooked up and stuff, and then I slept with him. Is basically how it happened. But I waited, seriously, I waited till like 3 in the morning that night. So it's not like. It wasn't like dinner and then boom. You know what I mean? It was like, there was like a 4-hour window where I was really thinking, is this right? Can I live with this in the morning?
No, this is really bad. I don't know how to end segments because they just hold up these signs that say you have to go to commercial. So, but I don't know how to end it.
I am leaving. Do you want to reduce me to tears?
I just want to say this.
What?
I just want to say, you know, you have to go, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I would like to thank my next guest for making a very brave national appearance here today. 3 years ago, she was stricken with a very rare disease that has completely changed her life. Today, here, she's trying to put the pieces back together as she battles her disease. Please help me welcome Uta Sven. It's nice to have you here.
Oh, thank you very much for bringing me to your show, Roseanne. I just come to here to tell you about my disease because I know how caring and sensitive you are.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
That's nice. What I have is disease called the opposite of the Michael Jackson disease. And not to be confused with the Michael Jackson disease because a lot of people have that disease. Michael Jackson, Elizabeth Taylor, Tina Marie, and Mariah Carey, she has a little bit of both of the diseases at the same time, which is extremely rare disease, the opposite of the Michael
now,
Jackson
listen,
disease.
before you get too taken here, could you please explain a little bit about this disease? For instance, how you got it and that kind of thing?
Oh, it's a very, 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 very sad story, Roseanne. I was I am ski model. I'm professional ski model. I have some pictures are worth 1,000 words, you know. I want you to see pictures of me before I was having the disease. That was just 3 short years ago I have the disease.
Oh my God, that doesn't even look like you at all.
But it's me. I am white. I am white inside. I am white. I am white as driven snow. I am white as lily white. I am white
wait a
like the
minute.
sheets that you sleep on. I'm white inside.
But wait a minute.
Look, I have Swiss passport.
Is this catchy?
No, it's well, yes, it kind of is a little catchy. It's airborne disease. In tropical warm kind of climate, you catch disease.
Well, do you know how you got it?
Well, one day I was in losing weight. I was taking the diet pills.
Not Fen-Phen.
Yes, I was. Oh, watch you might catch it. I saw.
Oh, that's
okay.
her.
I took the Fen-Phen and some over-the-counter drug as well.
Really?
You know, I had to lose the 5 pounds fast because I'm doing fashion shoot and I want to get little color. So I lay inside the tanning bed for a little while and I fall asleep and I don't know. I wake up and I go home and I'm taking shower and I have long blonde straight hair. You see the picture? And I have long hair and all of a sudden my hair starts to curl up tight. You know, tighter than bullfrog. And that is waterproof, you know?
That is waterproof.
So
yeah.
I'm in the shower and I start screaming for my husband. I say, Gunther, come quick. I don't know what's happening to me. And he's my husband and he's pool boy same time. And he comes inside and he starts to scream, what are you black lady doing in Uta's shower? I'm calling police. And he goes to the phone to call the police. And I run out the house. I put on my ski clothes because I never go anywhere without the ski clothes because I'm international ski model, you know.
Now, has this in any way affected your career as a ski model?
I don't have career now. They want to put me in Ebony magazine. I say I am international top 10 ski model. I don't want to do Ebony. I want to do Vogue, you know, Voguing magazine. It's terrible. And so I was going to hospital to try to get what is mine back. And I was in hospital and go to emergency room and they make me wait. I say, I am white woman, I have insurance.
Now, I have to ask this question. I mean, it can't be all bad to be a black woman. I mean, isn't there something positive
Well,
about it?
yes, I'm dating Robert De Niro now. It's very nice. Very nice. Oh, and I enjoy being stopped by police for no apparent reason.
You enjoy that?
I think it's a good way to meet men that have jobs. You know, that have employment. Look on bright side because that's what they teach us, you know. And I just think it's wonderful. But I tell you,
Is there anything you would like to say before? Oh.
No, it's just that my is getting so big. Look at my Roseanne. Look at it. It's so big. I can tell you.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. That is a big.
Yes. It's huge, I tell you. You don't want to be black.
Well, I always wanted to kind of have a butt like that.
But you want to be black? I don't think so, sister. Okay. Oh, pride's so hard, I tell you. I mean, Roseanne, I see black in my eyes, too. So, I just want to tell you that I thank you for letting me come to the show.
How many people do you think there are that are suffering from this? And
it's a lot of people because I go to support group Wednesday nights.
Oh.
If anybody wants to come, it's Wednesday nights. And I want to give shout out, push it up, as they say, to the president, Brian Gamble. He's president of the organization.
And that was so brave of Brian Gumble to come forward.
He's a wonderful man. He's had the disease since childhood, so he's very well adjusted. And also for, you have a good friend, I forget his name. I can't remember his name, but he said, he says to tell you, what's up? I don't remember. What is his name? He's the treasurer. Used to have talk show and everything. I can't remember his name. Byron Allen, that's his name, yes. He says to tell you, what's up, girl? He says, you're the homie. You make me feel so much better with my disease and sharing it.
Is there any way to reverse it? They don't know yet.
They
right?
don't know yet. It's very rare, and they don't have cure as of now. But we're going to have telethon and raise money because I'm trapped inside. Like rock and hard place. I don't know where to go.
Well, we all feel for you.
Thank you very much. I can tell the sympathy is here.
Yes, we all have sympathy, and for anyone who's suffering, and we're, we'll be praying for you. We'll be hoping for you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll look forward to hearing any kind of update you have.
Thank you very much, Rosa.
And you know what they say, one day at a time.
Yes. Thank you very much. So wonderful.
Utak's band. Thank you, Uta. We'll return after this commercial. As a mom who has 4 adult children past their teenage years, I really think a lot about teenagers because it's such a tough time in your life. And I wanted to get a group of them together to talk to me about the world they live in. A lot of what they have to say is shocking, but a lot of it is very moving too, and they deserve to be listened to. Okay, who knows where I can buy a gun? So you all know where I can get a gun?
Yeah.
Like if I want one of those AK-47 ones that like just can plow down a hole.
No.
Yeah,
Pawn shop.
You know where to get them?
Well, I never seen one actually, but pawn shop.
Cool.
Downtown LA.
Wow. What kind of a scary world is that?
Yeah.
Pretty dang scary.
Any pawn shop will sell you one.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't care.
Wow. What kind of a world do you guys live in?
Crucial. Corrupt.
Very.
Sometimes it's good.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad all the time.
Not that bad. I think it used to be worse like years back. It's getting better.
Yeah, for
Think
me.
it's getting better?
I see it.
I think aspects of it are getting better, but then there are other aspects that are changing and getting worse.
Yeah, let's talk about violence. What about that?
This is bad.
Bad.
Too much.
Very
Like-
bad.
The school things
Yeah.
where the kids are going in
Like-
with guns.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, you know, that's just like one symptom, I think, of
But I think that's
violence everywhere.
That's more of like a trend. It's not just like violence. Like somebody did it once because they went over the edge, and then somebody saw it, like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go do it. And then like
Copycat. Yeah,
people
peer
just
pressure.
like
It's
following
like
it
a
just
lot of
because they
people.
want they want the fame, they want the publicity.
What do you think the reason is that somebody would do something like that? Just violence in general. What makes somebody really violent?
Things I get mad over is like a bunch of peer pressure and, you know, accusing, like, you know, someone tells you what you're doing and they assume a lot and you're really not doing it. You know, that's another reason you can get highly upset.
Yeah, actually.
What, for like being falsely accused? Kind
Yeah,
of
like
thing?
if you didn't do something to somebody, you know, on and off.
And I have a story behind that. Like, I was going to Taco Bell, and I had a Bugs Bunny sweater on and, like, really tight pants. And I was running because it was 9:30 and I had to get my lunch because I was going on a field trip the next day. So I was running there, and this cop pulls me over, and he asked me why I was running, and he made me get on the pavement. And then I had to get in the back of the car. And, like, in the back of the cop car, it really stank back there. And he's all rolling me around, and he's talking about where my friends at, who jacked the cars, what car did I try to jack. And I was just going to Taco Bell, and I tried to tell him I'm just trying to get my lunch for tomorrow. And he didn't even listen to me. Just the whole time, he's just harassing me. And they finally caught the two guys who were doing it, and I didn't even get an apology. He just let me out, and that was it. And I really hate that. Like, if I go into, like, a department store or whatever, I'll have, like, 3 people following me, just because, like, the stereotype, you know? I'm gonna jack something, or I really want to jack something. But they don't know that maybe I'm going there to buy something. Why do I have to jack it, you know? I hate things like that.
Does that make you like feel kind of
It pisses
hopeless and
no.
scared about the world you live in?
No, it pisses me off because it's why because I'm black do I have to even go? Why do you have to go there on me? You know, he didn't even ask me if I did it. He just said get on the pavement, get in the back of the car, just arrest me right on the spot. Didn't ask me a question at all.
Just the assumption of guilt by virtue of the fact that your skin is black. That's a scary world to think about being a kid in.
That's somewhat, you know, like how it is because, you know, from my point of view, you know, I was raised, you know, South Central, gang-related, being incarcerated from the age of 12 all the way to 16. And for
What'd you
nothing,
do?
just a lot of things like not go to school, warrants, violations, just minor things. But then it was things that I didn't do that, you know, some police officers that knew me and that knew my gang partners, you know, they just wanted to lock me up for, you know, for the time being, or, oh, you did this, so you going to jail for it. And then I go to the station, they already have probation officers there, so the probation officer will tell me that, you know, I'm gonna get violated just for, you know, walking from school with my, you know, associate, partner or whatever.
Now, you just turned your life around, though, haven't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Let's
you know,
talk about that a little bit.
yeah, it's
It's
better,
kind of like
you know, that I
it seemed
changed.
like everything would be set up for you to go wrong continually.
Yeah,
So
but-
what kind of decision did you make not to continue that way?
I had to promise myself that, you know, I'm gonna challenge myself, right? Because I just had a little boy, he 4 months, you know,
Cool.
thank the Lord.
Congratulations.
But, you know, I promised myself that I'm a challenge to do better, to graduate from school, to get a job, to support my family, you know, everyone that I love, you know, will get a piece if I just have peace and stay from facilities, stay away from the police, and just do right.
Stay
And I
away
feel-
from gangs.
Yeah, stay away from gangs. And I feel
Is
should nothing be
is
able
that
to hold.
possible? Is that hard?
Yeah, no, it's not hard at all. You can do anything you want to do if you know what I'm saying. You really want to change and you put your mind to it and you really want to change your life, you could do it.
Well, we're going to continue talking to these kids right after this. If everybody in the world, because
Yeah.
my daughter used to be a goth and
she
everything.
told me that.
And when I was a teenager, I was a hippie, and nobody was a hippie, and I had to wear like a dress I made out of a sheet and a flower and the whole thing, and no shoes, and go around with a guitar and sing Bob Dylan songs. It's just so everyone would stare at me and hate me. But now, if everybody was dressing up like you, what would you do? Dress like a nun, or? Because you wouldn't want. If everybody looked like you wouldn't want to look like you look, right?
Well, there's no more originality anymore. Everyone's, there's like, everything's been done. but you try to change something different.
Come on, you know you'd look like, you know you would try to dress like a surf chick or something. If everybody was just,
Like a what?
A surfer.
you know, blonde and like.
I feel that whichever way you dress, people should just respect you for the human being that you are. No
But
matter
yeah,
the
but let's
color.
be really real. People get killed for how they dress.
Yeah, that's gang-related activity.
that's-
But
Other people read into
that's
it so
real
much.
in this
Yeah.
city.
Yeah, in the city. Because it's,
Right.
you know, it's people that, you know, like to dress with gang-related colors. I can't see, you know, how the kids' future is going to be if, you know, teens are out living, like, killing each other over colors and crucial things like that. It just makes me wonder, how is, you know, my son going to grow up?
Having a son is really,
Yeah, it's a big
It-
responsibility.
it changes the way you think,
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
change your
I
whole
think
life
it's up to
around.
our generation to really
It sure
decide
does.
whether we're going to sink or swim. I think it's crucial to our generation.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much on us.
Do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? I believe in a God. I don't.
What's the difference between that and God?
Oh, well then, I don't know. You can call him God. I don't know.
higher
In some
but-
sort of higher
yeah,
power,
and
yeah.
if you're Catholic and you say God, it's different
God,
than if I
yeah.
say God, yeah,
Oh,
because
no.
you're talking about, because he doesn't have a name. In many religions, they just call him God
Yeah.
or our Lord or whatever. But if you say that to me and I have like a different God, then a God would be the term. I'm more deist. Like, I believe that there's a creator out there, but it's not like religious. You know, everything is
Right.
more scientific than anything else.
Do you believe in God?
Actually, no, I don't. I believe more in myself. Like, you know, I don't believe there's someone, you know, out there that, I believe that it's us, that we do what we want and we make our own, like, you know, little path in life, you know? And it's, you know,
And you
up to
believe that
us.
we have the power to change things?
I think we do. I mean, it should start out small, like in families or stuff, you know? But I mean, yeah, we could. I mean, if we believe in ourselves, and that's why, I don't know, religion for me is like, why do you try to blame it on, oh,
Yeah.
God did this to me, it was
Or
God's
blame it on
will,
Satan
you know?
or anything.
Yeah. You know, I think you should just, like, do it yourself and, like, yeah, you know?
I think when we want to
choose
answer the
to do what you
question,
want and, like, do it.
yeah, if we want to answer the question on how we got here and we want to use God, is that because we use him for a scapegoat because stuff we can't explain, we're all craving an answer for something, for everything.
that's true.
And so we'll make up God, make up Satan. I think if we want to, I mean, it's a good idea. It's a good story to say that God created us all. But I also believe that now God can't help us. I mean, it's up to us. This is our lives, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's up to us, you know, the choices we make. We can't blame it on, oh, you know, I was tempted by the devil or I see the light or anything else. I think it's up to us.
But say, for instance, if you pray right and you don't worry about what you prayed about and you have faith, the Lord will work a miracle for you, because it happened for me a couple of times. You know, I would promise the Lord that I would do something, then I would turn around and do it, then I have to regret it, and I think back like, well, this why this happened, because I told the Lord. Then I promised the Lord, and then he'll, you know, create a miracle for me. Then I just, you know, wouldn't do the things that I did before. And that's how I know.
That is, a miracle is changing the normal course of,
Yeah.
the normal course of events.
Yeah, when you see the
Anything that
miracle,
can
then
change
you
that
really
is a
know.
miracle. That's cool that you've had miracles. It's really cool.
I thought it was great because at first I was like saying the same thing, like, man, you know, it's supposed to be a God, I don't believe in God. Then I prayed, you know, and a miracle happened for me, and it was
Wow.
cool. I had to change my life. 'Cause
I'm glad you
That's
did.
one of the promises I,
And you have a lot of pressure on you, too. So
yeah,
you're
somewhat,
I heard that you're the breadwinner for your whole vast family, the only male.
somewhat.
That's just amazing. That's
Yeah,
an
because
intense
it's like I'm
life you
the
got.
second youngest, you know, the second oldest, rather. My sister is older than me, but I have two younger sisters. My father ain't there, so I'm the one, you know, that has to support the family. And
Yeah.
plus, I have a son 4 months.
Now you're a dad, and you didn't have a dad.
Nope.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff to learn.
So-
A lot of stuff. Good
It's
luck with
crucial,
all
but
that.
it's a big responsibility that I, you know, I promised the Lord.
Do you have people that can help you?
Not really. I mean, I like to be a loner, you know, sometimes, but if someone comes along and try to help me and I know that they're telling me something right and I can, you know, look back on it as something good, then I take the responsibility.
That's cool. What about you? You haven't said anything.
I think it starts from the families. It starts from like the parents, the examples that kids have, you know? I mean, like kids like shooting people in school. I think if they had better parents and if their parents were a better example upon them, that they wouldn't have done those kind of things that they did.
But you can't leave it up to the parents. Everyone is their own individual. You can't blame the parents. Well, they weren't raised right. Because everyone, I think, is born with their own, you know, with their own self. They spend their life trying to figure themselves out, or what exactly. And yes, I think some of it comes from the way you're raised. But if something bad happens, you can't blame it on the parents. You know, when it gets down to it, it's what you chose. He chose to go. And
I don't know if you can make that big of a decision when you're just that young.
I know, but you can. But I don't think you can also like blame it on the parents and say, well, it's because.
I think there should be a cutoff point. There should be
Yeah.
like okay, say 18. That's what's legal. Thing. After that, it's all your fault. Let me ask you, what do you think we can do about it? What can we do to make the world better?
I think you have to focus on yourself. You can't like change the world because it's not up to you. I mean, no matter how much you're gonna try, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic right now, but you have to focus on yourself and to make yourself a better person before trying to fix everybody else, because you can't do that.
I think that's the only thing we can do.
Yeah, you can't change other people. You have to be enough.
But if you like had this one wish or like a positive hope for the future, what would it be? Let's just talk about the world you live in, not the world in general, but just the neighborhood and family and place you live in.
I guess happiness. I mean, I know that's really, really corny, but if you think it ties into everything. Like, if it ties into peace, it ties into everybody getting along, it ties into, if everybody's happy, then that's just like the best thing that there can be. But it's like not like
That's a
fake
hard
happiness,
thing.
like
That's
good
a hard
happiness, like to know that you're happy and to be okay with the fact that you're happy.
Yeah.
I would have to wish that no one should have to suffer, you know, and everything was just peaceful. That's what I would.
What about you? You haven't said anything.
What I wish for?
Yeah.
Just for everyone to get along.
Thank you all very much. You're all very intelligent, and
Thank you.
you've done a lot of thinking and
I know.
made a lot of good decisions, and I wish you all the best. Okay, everybody, before I say goodbye, I want to introduce you to one of our writers and a friend of mine, Ellen Cleghorne. Very funny. You're very welcome. That's it. I'm done. You can all go home now. See ya.